from today, of course, being the arrival of the American horses, but we've also already had horses today from Hong Kong and overnight also from New Zealand, too. The Cox Plate winner in Australia last year, Ocean Park. Really nice-looking horse, and obviously a Group 1 winner. Love to have him on board and representing New Zealand, and obviously some of his accomplishments been in Australia. So more flags to fly and more countries to mention the closer that we get to World Cup Day.
And I saw a couple of the photographs that were posted online of some of the Asian horses as they were beginning their journey from Hong Kong, and read a nice commentary from my good friend Maggie down at Fair Hill about the departure of a horse that has really been a favorite for her, Animal Kingdom, who of course is our Kentucky Derby winner from 2 years ago, who left left the United States for the last time because he's heading to Dubai for the World Cup, but then will be heading to begin his stud career in the Southern Hemisphere, following perhaps one more trip around the racetrack, possibly in Europe. So obviously a heartfelt goodbye from her, but obviously the horses, I believe now, Jim, are en route.
Yes, matter of fact, when I get done with you, I'm going to head down to the what we call the Royal Air Wing, the private part of the Dubai International Airport, where Sheikh Mohammed's plane will come in with the American horses. They've left Los Angeles onto Fort Lauderdale, and now on their way here, should be here roughly about 10 to 7 local time, so about an hour from now.
And
that includes. And you mentioned, Gene, the horses from Hong Kong. That was Joy and Fun and Eagle Regiment, and I'm really happy to say they've traveled in good order, and that's been the case so far. So good with all of the horses that are just coming in, and even a lot of the ones that we've had that have been here throughout the carnival, and even in recent weeks arriving. It's great climate right now, and the horses are thriving, getting ready. They have to. I mean, this is it. It's showtime, and you can tell. It starts to get the countdown going, and a lot of the connections will be doing stronger pieces of workouts this week, and getting in here at the last second for some of them is as planned. So we'll take it there right down to World Cup Day.
And the American flight includes Animal Kingdom, as mentioned, also Royal Delta, a few others in there. But already over there, Dullahan and Little Mike. And Jim, we got some video you took with your cell phone a couple of days ago, a little kind of a humorous celebration of St. Patrick's Day with Little Mike out on the track with Tammy Fox. And was that St. Patrick's Day?
That was St. Patrick's Day morning. There was big celebrations. I mean, I guess if one day's good, 3 days of St. Patrick's Day must be better, and that's what they celebrate here in Dubai. So went down to the Irish.
Reason I like Dubai.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, you can get an adult beverage here. And the night before, we ventured down with cast of thousands actually down to the Irish Village, and also over to Fibber McGee's. I got to give them a plug. Good spot. And yeah, they were a gift. And Mike got a little hat and an Irish flag for Dullahan, and a hat for him, and a little hat for Tammy to bring some Irish luck their way. So I was able to catch Dullahan on his way, and he actually galloped on the grass that day wearing his little hat, and he loved it. So I think he was upset that he couldn't go to town, because he is a character. I tell you what, he's a really neat horse to see and develop here. They're both settled in very well and come out of their last race on Super Saturday even better. They gave him 3 days to walk and get over it, and they're just they're bucking and jumping and really going to do. Looks like Dale's Woman's going to be in town this weekend, and it looks like Sunday, I believe, is the temporary plan to do a workout for each horse.
And we have Dullahan on screen now getting a little workout in the sand pit. I think we also have a shot of Little Mike just getting a morning walk. And Jim, just give us a sense of how those horses are doing. But more importantly, if you haven't read Steve Haskins' column yet, it just came out, I think, yesterday or today, where he's kind of talking about how important it is to get a start over the track, and in fact quotes Mike Dukakis saying just that. The Tapeta surface is just so unique that a start over the track and some experience over that surface is important. So how do you think the two horses are going to come out of that race a couple of weeks ago and perhaps improve with a little experience over the Tapeta surface?
Well, I've seen improvement in each horse. I mean, that it's been quite obvious, and I wish I'd taken even more pictures earlier, because I think the average person would see a change in how they've blossomed here. And that's just being a horseman, seeing that. I haven't read Steve's column. It sounds like an interesting column, and I would like to look up here and maybe print off and take to the airport while I wait for the plane. But it'd be interesting to see because, and Mike brings up a good point, and obviously he's done it. But I've found, with my experience on Tapeta or any synthetic surface, you need to run your best over it. You need to be fit. If you're coming in fit, you handle the transition very well. It's when you are starting to get fit or need a race or two, it's fine, it's great, it's safe, but you're going to need those runs. I don't think you could limit it to just World Cup night because everybody's trying to be at their best. And believe me, if you're not fit, you really should turn around and go home because you need to be on your best to meet the world's best. But throughout the carnival, I think that theory that Mike commented on and Steve has written about, and again, I haven't read it. I think that's where they're going, and that would be definitely true, that you can see horses develop, which we did throughout the carnival, get better with runs, and it's an interesting angle, and I think maybe if you've seen a horse like Dullahan or Little Mike during the carnival, they've had that prep run over the racetrack, they would move forward, and I think that's what I'm seeing so far is definitely the case.
And I'm assuming, because Tammy was on the horse, Tammy's probably stayed over there the whole time with the horses?
Oh yeah, Tammy is in the hotel, which is part of the actually part of the grandstand. There's a hotel built right into the grandstand there, so you can. I joke with her because come down off your balcony and ride your horse every morning. But I think Dale likes it there too. He was in town before, and you can actually train from the balcony if you really wanted to. But yeah, Tammy's here, and Angela Walker, who's been with him every step of the way from Florida on the flight and right over here now. These two girls are taking Dubai by storm, that's for sure.
And also another familiar face we've talked about with you before, of course, Seth Benzel over there. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming he's got one or two for World Cup night?
He does, yeah. The list will be out tomorrow. Might make the press but later tonight. But Duck Scholar, who we did see win during the recent carnival, is going to, Seth, have a representation with him in the Algoa Sprint, which is the sprint race on turf. So he's going to get a run there, and, Godolphin has put in a few, well, more than a few, lots of entries in different spots. Good-sized fields, 13, 14. We haven't entered yet. That'll take place on, Monday the 25th. So you should know when you wake up Monday morning the post positions and all the riders. That'll all be secured by 9 a.m. our time here. So, good field size, really some superstars, and that's the way the day's intended, and that's the way it's going to be. So it looks like right now a field of 13 for the Dubai World Cup itself.
Excellent.
Yes,
so it looks like
yeah.
starting in the beginning of next week, we'll be able to start looking at actual fields, do a little handicapping. And
and I'll try and get my watch out. That's one of my things I love to do in the mornings is clock these horses in their different styles from different parts of the world. We don't have an official clocker. I guess I jump in and kind of do that more than a hobby here, and I'll try to pass on any observations I can to you that'll give you an idea for your handicapping for World Cup Day. But follow along best you can on there's all kinds of ways to do it now. Godolphin has a new app for the iPad and iPhone if you're interested in all their different horses and following them and their steps forward for the World Cup Day. And obviously Emirates Racing and the Dubai Racing Club has a Facebook page. Has been very helpful with pictures, videos, and we're trying to do some times on there too of the morning track work.
All right, over the next few days as we get closer.
And I know Equidaily is my normal spot to start my morning.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And we'll certainly
all your hard work, Seth. You have a big following worldwide. You'd be surprised on how many owners and trainers. I don't have to show them Equidaily. They're showing me Equidaily, so you should be very proud.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And, we'll push people to the apps and the other websites, too, as we go along over the next few days. But, Jim, we'll certainly look forward to your visit next week and some eyeballs on the ground there. Appreciated the visit this week, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Sounds good. Follow on the website for updates on the American arrivals, and again, get ready for great racing come just a week from Saturday, March 30th.
Sounds good. Jim Corns live from Dubai, and he's headed over to the airport now to welcome in the American runner.